It is easier to find men who will volunteer to die than to find those who are willing to endure pain with patience. Julius motherfucking Caesar, everybody.
So it's easier to find volunteers willing to die.
Yeah, easier to find men who will volunteer to die than to find those who are willing to endure pain with patience.
Endure pain with patience. Why is that not registering in my head? Endure pain with patience. Oh, okay, I got it.
You got it.
Yeah.
It
took me a hot second. I was like, wait. I'm trying to understand this right now.
I was like, I'm not gonna say anything. I can hear the wheels turning. They're a little stuck. They're
the hamster in there needs to be updated a little bit.
Hamster in there is just laying on the wheel.
Hamster in there's had too many Dorito bags.
Yeah, he's laying there. Fuck.
Fat as fuck. I gotta get up again.
He's like, okay. Oh, patience. I got it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it is.
Motherfucker.
Yeah.
That's a good quote.
Yeah, I thought it was good. I looked up all these Julius Caesar quotes, which I gotta say, looking up all these quotes, we know he said some stuff like the one you said last week, but like all of them, like, did he really say all this?
Hard to tell when he lived,
Right.
2,000 years ago.
Right. Jesus Christ. Yeah, like even with your quote, there's like still like some lightweight debate. Like, did he say it like this or did he say it like this? We'll never really fucking know,
And was it really said in the way that it was because of translation?
Exactly.
And it was probably Old Latin rather than Italian, obviously.
Yeah. So like that's a different problem by its in of itself.
That's why they say lost in translation.
That makes sense.
Because you just along the way, it gets just dust in the wind.
And then the most we can do is go like, I think that's what he said.
Yeah.
I wasn't fucking there.
It's going to be crazy when ancient Roman history is going to be just gone, like Atlantis and the first civilization of, the Silmarillion? No.
Silmarillion, that's Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, I know. But there's an old ancient civilization they said that was way older than the fucking Egyptians and shit like that.
I think I know what you're talking about. I can't think of the name either, but I've heard of this.
Like way older.
Yeah.
And that they were the first advanced civilization. Somehow they died off. Conspiracy.
I was just going to say, this is not the conspiracy episode.
Everything's a conspiracy.
But it fucking could be.
Yeah.
Rome, fuck that.
I mean, they were conspiring in Rome against Julius Caesar.
They were. After he fucking pardoned so many of them, pieces of shit. He was almost too forgiving.
Almost.
Well,
and it stabbed him in the back.
Woo! Got him.
Anyways, as you guys know from last week, this week is going to be a part 2 of Ancient Rome, led by our good co-host Matthew, or Maticus.
Maticus, yeah, I was gonna say,
or as my dad calls him, Mattress.
It's less cool than Maticus, but yeah, all right.
Yeah, we'll get a better name.
Fuck you,
Maticus Scottus
Austrandius. That works. That'll do.
It was pretty good. It was better than whatever my name would be.
You just gotta add a bunch of us and ES's at the end of it, and you're good.
Pretty accurate for the time, I think.
Yeah. Gaius Julius Caesar.
Augustus.
Come on.
Anyways, let's roll right into it. I'm Michael Lee.
I'm Maticus again.
And roll that intro.
Big effing nerd.
Had to fix my hat.
Yeah.
Felt like the front of my hair was looking funny or felt funny, so I was just like, I'm gonna cover it. I'm gonna just.
The worst would be like if you look back and like the whole show your hat was just like.
Oh, crooked, dude! I'm always fucking with this thing because in my vision it will look straight, but then I'll go in the mirror and I go, "What the fuck? Are my eyes crooked?"
Yeah, no, I've done that. Been like walking and then walk past like a window wearing a hat, and I'm like, "Is that fucking?"
And the whole time you're thinking you're looking good too. You're like, I'm looking pretty fucking slick right
so I'm
now.
looking up and looking at the corners of the head. I'm like, yeah, they're there.
Yeah.
We're good.
They're aligned in my peripherals. I got this.
But really, you're just like,
yeah. You're rocking the old 90s crooked hat look.
Crooked.
Vanilla Ice.
You know what I really don't miss? When we were in school was when people did the whole barely just resting the hat. Just
Oh, the high school shit?
Right,
yeah.
Just on like the side of your head.
On the side, yeah. That was not a good style.
There goes your hat, dumbass.
Seriously, though.
Go get it.
The other one was the visor flipped upside down.
Oh, I know.
That was a 90s thing.
that was another 90s.
But
equally stupid.
Anyways. Wow! All right, Matt. You ready for this facto?
I'm ready. Could almost say I was too ready for that slap. But I'm ready.
So, did you know that the ancient Romans had their own firefighters?
Go on.
Yeah. So, there was a specialized group of firefighters called the Vigiles. I think it's how it's Vigiles.
Let me see.
Vigils in the quotes.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, that's probably how they would have pronounced it. Vigilis.
It's the Vigilance. It's the boobity bobbity.
But they
got him.
That's Italian.
It's the same thing.
They were responsible for combating and preventing fires in the city, and they also dealt with other emergencies like floods and earthquakes. So they literally had their own firefighters.
Yeah, I don't know if I knew about like ancient Romans having that, but like I know like yeah. No, I mean like I knew they had something. I don't think I knew it was like a firefighter type thing. That's rad though. I mean that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's firefighters are pretty old.
Yeah.
Or at least the idea of a firefighter.
Yeah, you know I watched Gangs in New York recently. And,
Is that's the documentary style
no,
one, right?
No, it was Scorsese made the movie, Leonardo DiCaprio, Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, gotcha.
Daniel Day-Lewis, Bill the Butcher is fucking awesome. Dude is terrifying, but he's great. He's got his glass eye and he's tink 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 with a knife. But yeah, in that movie they show back then they had like the fire brigade then too, but they were just so fucking corrupt that they'd show up and be like, "Yo, you want us to save your house?
Give us some money." Yeah. Fucking.
And then they wouldn't. And they'd be like, "All right," and then just watch it fucking burn.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
It's fucking terrible. Can you imagine that today?
But imagine them being like the best firefighters ever. Like they will save everyone.
Yeah.
Every time that they got paid, but if you didn't pay them or you didn't have enough, they're just like,
They'll just sit and watch your fucking house burn.
sucks to suck.
And then they'll let it spread to the next house. If like the house next to them won't pay either, they're like, "Oh, cool. We'll just let it spread to the next house." Fuck. Can you imagine that shit today?
No.
Fire engine pulling up.
Yeah.
Again, wait, what?
Good thing we have a public service force that actually gives a shit about the public.
Yeah, my baby's in there. That's an extra $50. I don't know what to tell you.
Damn. Stone cold.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking hell.
Just like your baby's corpse is gonna be.
Oh my god. Well, if they're in a fire,
They'll be cold later.
they'll be cold later, but they'll be ash.
Right. Well, assuming it's that hot, totally.
So I don't think it'd be stone cold. It'd be
I'm just
cold
imagining.
as ash.
I'm just imagining the fucking firefighter like say, "Just like your baby's corpse will be," and then he comes back. I just need to clarify. Actually, like since it's really hot, he's gonna right now.
Turn to ash.
He's not cold now, definitely not, but he will be like tomorrow.
Jesus fucking Christ. He had to go back and correct himself. Just to clarify.
I feel like you misunderstood me when I said that. Let me rephrase.
Oh my goodness. But yeah. Some fun stuff right there, I tell you what.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. I mean, well, then again, how good were they? Because Rome burnt down a lot.
Yeah, but when it burned down a lot, it was like major fires, like large, like too hard to contain type fire, like wildfires.
Right, and since they were so, I don't think suburban is the right word, urban probably. They were so everything's packed. It was just there was no way to stop it from leaping to the next house or next
Without
building.
the technology of modern day shit, yeah, it's gonna be way too fucking hard for them. They probably did their best. I mean, they had their own sewer system and things of that nature, their own waterways. They could have totally fucking combated it as much as they could, but obviously without the modern technology, it's going to be way harder.
Yeah.
But I still even imagine, even with today's technology, if a whole city was like on fire,
There's not much you can do about it.
I could not see firefighters even in this day and age.
Yeah.
Fucking stopping something like that.
Yeah, honestly, and like with the houses, buildings being as close as like they were back then, like forget about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
All right, Matt, let's get on with this. These 4 reasons.
Let's do
these
it.
Other 4 reasons, or 4.5. I think you only did half of a reason towards the end, if I'm not mistaken.
Did I? I thought I only did the 4. Anyway,
You did 4, but there was you did half of the 4th one, I think. I remember you saying something about half.
Oh, I think you might be thinking of Caesar. I only covered about
Yeah.
half-ish of that. Let's blow through these other 4 reasons, then we'll get to Caesar.
13 reasons. Huh?
Why?
Why?
I haven't seen that shit.
Have you not?
Nah.
Dude, shit's intense.
Is it really?
The first season specifically is very intense. Then the second and third season, they kind of like stretched it out, but that's neither here nor
I thought it was one of those girl shows.
No, it's a life show. It's like a real fucking. I remember watching this shit and I was just like, I was not in the right headspace to be watching that. Basically,
Right.
It's not a good.
Credits roll, sitting in the dark, just.
Sitting in your bathtub. No, I'm kidding.
I was like, what?
What?
All right. So I left off. Did the first 4. So reason 5, Rome falling, was a lot of government corruption. We talked about that. Political instability. So if Rome's sheer size is makes it difficult to govern, ineffective and inconsistent leadership only serve to magnify the problem.
Weird.
Yeah. Obviously, being emperor was always a pretty dangerous job, but during the tumultuous 2nd and 3rd centuries, was almost a fucking death sentence.
What, really?
Yeah, because civil war after civil war after civil war. So civil war thrust the empire into chaos. More than 20 men took the throne in the span of only 75 years.
Fuck.
Usually after the murder of the last one.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that guy? He's like shaking. He's like, I don't actually want to do this.
No, you're the new leader, man.
In the chair. Right when he sits down.
Jesus.
So the Praetorian Guard, the emperor's personal, security, assassinated.
Secret Service.
Yeah. They assassinated and installed new sovereigns at will. It's fucking. Can you imagine?
So they were in charge.
Yeah, basically.
Like if you have control over someone's life or death, then you're the one in charge. Judge, jury, executioner, right here.
Literally. So yeah, they would do that, and once even auctioned the spot off to the highest bidder. The political rot also extended to the Roman Senate. Very corrupt. Which
similar.
Yeah. Which failed to temper the excesses of the emperors due to its own widespread corruption and incompetence. As the situation worsened, civic pride waned, and many Roman citizens lost trust in their leadership. So, they see just a bunch of dickbags going up. He doesn't know shit. Oh, look, he's dead. That guy doesn't know shit. Ah, he's dead too. So then they start to think, well, what the fuck? Do we really have a chance?
The similarities are uncanny.
It's resonating too close to home.
Absolutely.
All right, I don't think I'm gonna go through this whole thing, but we talked about some of the barbarian invasions played a real big role in the fall.
Yeah, it just gave a lot of stress on the already stressful situations they were already dealing with at home.
Right, and this got even worse because these barbarian attacks on Rome stemmed partially because of the mass migration caused by the Huns' invasion of Europe. So that's right.
Yeah. I think
I think I sort of touched on that last week.
I
think I'm having a stroke.
Doodle Bob.
Yeah, I think I sort of touched on that last week, where I was like, yeah, it got worse because now they're getting more barbarians are getting pushed into Rome, and they maybe didn't want to necessarily be there, but now they're there, and here we are.
So it wasn't due to like the Eastern Empire kind of pushing them that way. It was more or less the Huns who were
invading them.
And so they
get pushed into Rome, which now they're getting raided again.
Man, what a time to have been in, where there's multiple people just trying to take over certain areas,
trying to take somebody's shit.
No, I want it. No, I want it.
Yeah, that was in the late 4th century when these Eurasian warriors rampaged through northern Europe. They drove many Germanic tribes to the borders of the Roman Empire. These Romans, grudgingly allowed members of the Visigoth tribe, we talked about them, to cross south of the Danube and into the safety of Roman territory, but they treated them with extreme cruelty.
I'd imagine so.
Naturally. And then according to the historian Ammianus Marcellinus, that's how I'm saying that is.
So we told you about those us's. Us's and es's and is's.
Yep, he's got, just 2 us's. I thought he had both, an es and an us, just 2 us's. Roman officials even forced the starving Goths to trade their children into slavery in exchange for dog meat.
Nice.
I heard about that like semi-recently, and people were like, well, I guess.
We gotta eat.
Gotta fucking go and get, kid, go on. For dog meat. Fuck.
Wonder, the population definitely wasn't growing back then.
Yeah, so.
Not really.
No. So naturally, Rome created their own pretty dangerous enemy that is now in their own borders by doing this shit. I'm going to leave that there. We'll go on to reason 7. Christianity and the loss of traditional values.
Yeah, that was a big roll into it.
Yeah, they already made one shift from Greek gods, over to fucking Roman gods.
The Romans, yeah.
And now then there's another shift. But so the decline of Rome dovetailed, as I say. I haven't heard that phrase before.
Dovetailed? What is that?
I don't know.
Keep reading.
Yeah, with the spread of Christianity, and some have argued that the rise of a new faith helped contribute to the empire's fall. The Edict of Milan legalized Christianity in 313, and it later became the state religion in 380. These decrees ended centuries of persecution, but they may have also eroded the traditional Roman value system. Christianity displaced the polytheistic Roman religion, which viewed the emperor as having divine status, and also shifted focus away from the glory of the state and onto a sole deity. Yeah, so Roman emperors were godlike. They were basically fucking a god.
Yeah, that wouldn't even fly in Christianity, though.
No. Nope. No worshiping false idols, right?
Yeah.
And that was a big part of that. Can't do that.
So the first statement in there was that what was it? Something about dovetailing?
The decline of Rome dovetailed.
Continue the sentence. The decline of Rome dovetailed.
Dovetailed with the spread of Christianity.
So dovetailed, quote unquote, typically refers to a woodworking joint known as a dovetail joint. Mm-hmm. It's a strong and durable method of joining 2 pieces of wood commonly used in furniture construction. The joint resembles the shape of a dove's tail, which creates a secure and interlocking connection between the pieces. So I'm imagine that's the thing that you'll see where it's connected down at like one part and it like a fan. Mm-hmm. So when it says dovetailed, it typically is saying
this is where it like connected with other shit.
Yeah, like everything all connected to the one part, which is why it was the eventual downfall of it all. I think that's how it's kind of referencing or using that reference.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I've never heard of dovetail.
Dovetail. All right, let's get on this last reason, and then let's get into the rest of Caesar.
Okay,
that's what I'm excited for. So 8 being the weakening of the Roman legions. For most of history, Rome's military was the envy of the ancient world. Everyone knew you don't fuck with Rome. Those motherfuckers were trained. But during the decline, the makeup of the once mighty legions began to change. Unable to recruit enough soldiers from the Roman citizenry, emperors like Diocletian, we talked about him last time, and Constantine, talked about him last time too, I think.
Yep.
Began hiring these foreign mercenaries to, fill the ranks. The ranks of the legions eventually swelled with Germanic Goths and other barbarians, so much so that Romans began using the Latin word barbarus in place of soldier. And while these soldiers, Germanic soldiers of fortune, proved to be fierce warriors, they also had little to no loyalty to the empire, and they were just treated like dog shit. So, yeah.
Less than a human being.
Right. Trading their children to slavery for dog meat. So cool.
Typically, people don't take kindly to that.
Go die for our country, not yours. Go die for our empire, republic,
Yeah.
not yours.
Yeah, fuck yours. We're gonna destroy yours,
and we'll pay you. Pay you,
quote unquote.
Yeah. And then these same guys, their power hungry officers often turned against their Roman employers. In fact, many of these barbarians who sacked the city of Rome and brought down the Western Empire had earned their military stripes while serving in these legions. Got them. It all came back around.
It is hella funny because I even think people nowadays compare, obviously, America to the ancient Roman Empire for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
One of them also being because of the military might that we have, and how everyone's like, no one's gonna fuck with America because we have like the greatest military force in the world. Mm-hmm. If we're having too many internal problems, that shit don't fucking matter, bro.
Yeah.
That shit will fall.
I mean, case in point.
Yeah, seriously. Fuck. It's scary when you hear about the history of it all and why it led to what it did. And you're just sitting there thinking, pondering, weird how that's eerily similar to certain things that are happening today.
Yeah. It's weird how shit from thousands of years ago is just hitting close to home.
Yeah, it's all full circle.
Mm-hmm. History repeats itself.
Life's like a circle.
It's like a circle.
Not like a triangle. Triangle has corners.
It's like a circle.
Fucking Adam Sandler, fucking Rob Schneider.
I was say that was Rob Schneider did that line.
But it was Adam Sandler's movie.
Yeah. Because you made me freeze for a second. I was like, "Fuck, was that Adam Sandler?" No.
This is his movie.
I know that, but I had to think for a minute. Did he say that line?
No.
All right. So where we left off with Caesar, he just formed the triumvirate with Pompey, and Crassus.
Yeah.
I was going to say Cassius, but that's not the right name.
Crassus.
He got to be consul in 59 BC, and he's passing whatever laws they need. Life is pretty good. That's where we left off.
For now.
So, after that, during this time, while Caesar's blasting his way through fucking debt forgiveness and land redistribution legislation, he definitely breaks a bunch of procedural norms at the time and did things that were just fucking straight illegal. But since he was consul, he had Imperium, which Imperium is fuck. I accidentally hit the top of my notes and it shot to the top, which is fuck. Because I accidentally tapped and just right to the top. So he has Imperium, which Imperium is basically he has immunity, so he can't be prosecuted for any of his actions while in office. And so, diplomatic
rule.
Immunity, I guess you could say.
Dumb rule.
Do whatever the fuck you want, get away with it. But once you're out,
seriously, every single one of the cabinet members are just like, sing, sing,
howdy, Caesar.
Sing. How many more days you got? Sing, sing.
He's like 10. Shing, just freezes.
Good to know.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Have a good day. Fucking
hell.
Shing. All right.
Breaks his blade.
Fuck. So At this point, he's regularly overriding his co-consul and filling the city with legionaries to dissuade his political opponents.
Yeah.
And these are definitely big fucking no-nos in the eyes of Roman elite, the Roman elite. But no one can really do a fucking thing about it, except just wait.
Yeah.
And so for his year, because it's only supposed to be 1 year that you're a consul. I don't think I didn't say that earlier. For his year in power, he's safe. But as soon as this ends, he's going to have a huge fucking target painted on his back.
If he doesn't already.
And he fucking knows it. Yeah. And he needed to find a way to keep his imperium until he could run for consul again 10 years later. So that was the thing. You serve consul for a year, and then you can't do it again for 10 years.
Okay.
So they had some kind of system.
Yeah.
But Caesar's going to find a way to bullshit everybody. Don't worry. So here it comes. Conveniently, generals also have imperium. So his next move is to secure himself a governorship of a province and command of a few legions so he could go campaigning, taking shit, kicking ass around until he could stand for consul again. So, some senators saw the writing on the wall, saw the shit was coming, and, tried to get his governorship for a province switched to basically being the governor of the Italian woods.
Okay.
Yeah. And Pompey and Crassus are able to squash that shit no problem back home. They're like, can't get the fuck out of here. Because I think it was, Crassus was the richest man in Rome. Yeah. Yeah. So, they were just like, shut up. Money. Money. So, here we can begin to see just how really fragile the, fuck, where'd I go? Hang on.
How do you spell Crassus, by the way?
Crassus. Just realized old Pompey didn't have an us. Fake ass Roman.
Pompey.
That's how I've heard it pronounced most of the time, honestly.
Really?
People talk about him, they say Pompey.
No, I'm gonna stick with Pompey.
I like it too, but
Pompey sounds better.
Sounds super cool. So so now we can start to see how fragile the Republic truly is at this point.
Yeah.
It shows anyone with the resources and connections can essentially cripple the normal flow of government and steer it however the fuck they want. And, that is a fucking big red flag.
I fucking hate how money is so... money's such fake shit. You realize that?
We made it.
It's literally... There's zero value.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at how money is, or what money is, other than the little bit of silver...
Right.
Or it's not even silver anymore. It's like aluminum.
Yeah.
Or fucking copper.
Right.
Literally has no value.
Yeah, unlike back in Roman times when they had gold coins
Actual
and shit,
gold, yeah.
There was value to that inherently because it's gold. You could, even if you don't want the money, you can melt down the coins and you have gold now.
They're like, the rarity of it.
Right. How much gold is it? Biting and shit.
It bends.
Yeah.
Because gold is very bendable.
Yeah, very soft.
Yeah.
Soft metal. Yeah, but now it's just this paper money we have that literally it doesn't mean shit.
Yeah.
Anyway, sick.
Nice.
Fuck yeah, bro. Nice. So so Caesar, going about his plan, gets himself 4 legions and a governorship in southern Gaul. Which, if you wanted to know where Gaul is, I looked it up.
Gaul?
Yeah, Gaul. Gallia, Gaul, whatever. Because I know...
I think I know where... Because I used to play Rome Total War.
Oh, yeah.
So that was my shit. Dude, I fucking love that RTS.
Yeah, and I just remember Gaul from Spartacus. You haven't seen that show. We talked about that, right? We talked about that last time.
Yeah.
Because this guy, Crixus, is from Gaul.
Another us!
Yep. Crixus was dope. Yeah, so Gaul, for those of you who don't know, smartass, it was the region inhabited by the ancient Gauls, comprising of modern-day France, parts of Belgium, Western Germany, and northern Italy.
Yep.
I already knew that.
Yep. I already fucking knew that.
I already fucking knew
So
that.
fucking smart.
I'm so fucking smart. You're so fucking stupid. Did I just... Oh, I thought I closed my notes. I was like, you dumb fuck.
As he was calling someone else to it.
I didn't, though, so... fuck, yeah. Okay, so he's got a governorship in southern Gaul with all the military imperium he could desire. And he sets out to campaign in Gaul for the next 10 years. You know, I'm going to brush over this quite a bit, but basically he went and conquered most of Gaul. Because he essentially saw all of Gaul as Roman at this point.
Especially because they're an immediate threat.
Right. They're right there.
Just right outside.
Right there.
Yeah.
So he basically saw all of Gaul as Roman. After he, takes care of that, there's a lot in between. I just kind of brushed over that. After that, he then starts to see Britain and Germany as threats to Gaul, and therefore threats to Rome.
Fucking power trip.
Yeah, so this motherfucker, check this shit out. He then he makes his own bridge. He bridges the Rhine River.
Okay.
And attacked some Germans, then sailed across the English Channel. And this first invasion of Britain didn't go too well for him. He kind of got fucked around on the beach and got embarrassed and had to peace out.
Man, it's almost like the Nazis should have learned from him.
They were not that smart either. I guess not.
True.
So yeah, this didn't go too well for him. So he comes back the next year with a big old honking fleet, and he pushed as far north as the River Thames. Made it all the way up to jolly old England.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
Yeah. So after his embarrassing defeat that year before, he had to show that Rome wasn't a little bitch.
Yeah.
And also, he had lost an entire legion to an ambush in the dead of winter. Whoopsie daisy.
Wow. It's almost like Nazis and Napoleon could have learned from how.
Don't invade in winter.
Stop.
What the fuck?
It's like the worst time of fucking day.
It never works.
Apparently not, especially not in Europe.
Not in Europe, not in Russia. Napoleon, Hitler, dumbass.
Stupid heads.
Stupid head. You're supposed to be smarter than that.
Yeah, especially Napoleon of all people.
Right.
He's supposed to be like some great conqueror of the quote unquote modern age.
And he was
at that time.
But he fucking goofed on that one. Yeah, when I said whoopsie daisy, and I just think of Gangs of New York again, because that's Billy the Butcher. He just goes, whoopsie daisy. That's all I think of. Whoopsie daisy. So the following year, which is 53 BC, he went back to Germany. Such a big dick move he does. He goes back to Germany, and he left half of the, he bridged the Rhine. He left half of that bridge still standing in a fucking power move. Fucking like, don't make me come back here and fuck you up again.
Oh, I was like, how's that a power move? Oh, got it. Okay.
He like took half of it, materials. He left half like, I'll fucking come back. You keep fucking around.
Jesus.
That's some big dick energy right there. He doesn't give a shit.
Didn't have to say anything, just carried around a big stick.
Yeah. Just left his bridge like, you want to see me do it again?
Right.
So this following year is probably the biggest year of the campaign, since this king, Vercingetorix.
That's a name.
A hell of a name. You want to see how it's spelled?
No. But yes.
It is at the top right there.
Whoa.
Right.
Vercingetorix.
I heard him pronounce it like in this video I was watching. I was like, how the fuck do I spell that? And I had to look it up.
Where's he hail from?
He was from Gaul as well, because he unites these remaining Gallic tribes against Rome.
Gotcha. Okay.
So after some fighting back and forth, King Vercingetorix camps out on a fortified hill on the fortified hill city of Alesia, whatever. Caesar needs to surround and wall off the city in order to starve him out, to lay siege to the city.
Yeah.
But doing that, there was a possibility that he himself would get attacked while sieging the city. So they needed to reinforce both directions. So he had his soldiers build a 10-mile long wall on the inside and a 14-mile long wall on the outside. That's 24 miles of wall that Caesar just throws down because, god damn it, he's gonna take this fucking city. By God. This shit's mine.
So I'm trying to picture it. So you have the city, right? Mm-hmm. And then he builds a wall around that city, right? That goes, how do you say, 10 miles?
There was a picture of it I could try to
10 miles, and then he is just outside that wall, and then he builds a wall around him.
Yeah. He walls them in and then walls himself in, basically. Covers
Gotcha.
his back.
Okay, I was just trying to picture that perfectly, like the way you described it. I was like, okay, that sounds right. I'm just trying to make sure I got the rings
Right. That was how I put it together in my head anyway. Some historian is probably like, you dumb fuck, that's all wrong. That's all I got. I was
Yo, if some historians watching this, I'd be surprised.
Say something, bro.
Yeah.
What's up? Tell me.
Put it in the comments, you jackass.
Tell me. I'll fix it. Yeah, so yeah, boom. So after he's done doing that, look who shows up. Bunch of pissed off Gauls.
Hell yeah.
They came down to attack Caesar, and he pulls possibly one of the greatest fucking bluffs in all of history. And sends out a cavalry detachment to attack them from behind. Luckily, these Gauls think it's just the first of many Roman reinforcements, and they call it quits and fucking bounce.
Nice.
But that's all he had, and he was like, he was sweating. He saw that, and he's like, I can't believe that fucking worked. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Nice.
So, boom. Just like that. Gaul, basically all of Gaul is now Caesar's. And the next 2 years are spent mopping up what little resistance, because Caesar still has a few more years before he can go back and buy his consulship.
Assassinated. I mean,
that's coming late.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, he doesn't make it. He didn't know. Yeah, so he's got a few years before he can go back and go buy his consulship back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, during this time, Crassus dies on a campaign in Parthia, and Pompey, seeing an opportunity, got the Senate to rescind Caesar's governorship of Gaul. Caesar realized that going to Rome on his own would almost certainly be a death sentence for him.
Right.
But decided he didn't give a fuck, and he brought the 13th Legion over the Rubicon River into Italy, and Pompey and most of the Senate just dip the fuck out and run off to Greece immediately.
Yeah, so if I'm not mistaken, because for Rome Total War, you start off with these 3 houses, or 4. There's 4 factions within inside of Rome. And you have like the House of Julii, which is Julius Caesar's house. Then you have the House of Brutii, which is another house. And then you have another one down south. I forget what it's called. And then you have the Senate. So they all had their own like separate armies, but they were all under Rome, the Roman Empire type shit. So yeah, I'm like the way I'm thinking about the game. I'm like, yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, fuck yeah,
it's piecing together.
Yeah,
that's how you get. You got that other what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, that side connection.
Yeah,
yeah, that's just funny. That Pompey is like, I'm gonna fuck him up, and Caesar's like, I don't give a fuck. He just comes right in and was like, what? And they're like, ah, shit. And they all run.
Do something, bitch. And they're just like, ah.
Yeah, he just came in, give me all your fucking pasta. And then they just, shit, ran off the green.
Fucking haircut. leave crown.
Shotgun. Give me all your fucking pasta.
Say hello to my little friend. What?
All right. So yeah, that's funny. Pompey is gonna be like, I'm gonna do some big dick energy move too, and Caesar's like, I don't fucking think so, bro.
Blow up my volcano.
All right. So after that, Caesar fucking chases Pompey all the way into Egypt. Pompey saw.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
What a fucking grudge. How are you gonna go chase him across the Mediterranean? Like
basically,
that?
Looking at here's like the Mediterranean or Aegean, up here, Greece and shit. They went way the fuck down here to Greece. I mean, sorry, to
they
Egypt.
fucking sailed probably too.
Yeah,
they're like, fuck on foot. We're gonna get the sails ready.
Can you just imagine running to Egypt?
No,
from Rome.
No,
I don't wanna. That's fucking awful.
My feet already hurt thinking about it.
That's months, years maybe. I don't know. It's a long fucking time.
Yeah,
and they're walking.
Nope.
Anyway, let me take a sip.
Hurry up! No.
Okay. All right, so he chases them to Egypt. Pompey seeks refuge with the boy king Ptolemy.
Yep.
Who owed him
heard of him?
Heard of him. The boy king, who owed him a favor, but instead was beheaded. So, got your favor.
Nice.
Yeah, Caesar's actually upset about this because in the end he actually planned on pardoning Pompey. Which Pompey didn't know that. I guess he was like, "Fuck him out of here." And after this, he pardoned almost all of Pompey's army. That's what I'm saying. He was too forgiving, and it is gonna come back and bite him in the ass, literally.
You're telling me they bit him too?
They fucking might have.
In his ass?
Maybe. I don't know.
So as they're stabbing wildly, 12 people, then is that why they were getting stabbed by each other? Because they're like, we get a piece of that ass.
Because like, hang on, wait. And Caesar's just,
what the fuck? My ass.
Just down there like a chihuahua. Okay, all right. So while Caesar's in Egypt, he starts connecting with Cleopatra.
Heard of her?
Hell yeah, brother.
I've heard of her.
Heard of her maybe once or twice. And yeah, so he supports her in the civil war against her brother, also her husband at the time.
Yeah, if you guys want us to do history stuff about Egypt.
Oh, there's so much.
A lot of
so much incest.
Yeah.
Maximum incest in Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think she, was fucking her brother, but that was like the goal eventually.
They straight fuck. You don't even know.
I know her and Caesar were straight fucking because he was sprung off baby girl.
And Alexander the Great.
What?
Wasn't Alexander the Great also banging what's her face?
Cleopatra?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Pretty sure that's the same timeline.
Look it up while I keep going.
Okay.
All right. So so he supports her in the Civil War. Following his return to Rome, sorry. He was given the role of, I typed this out because it was pronounced weird. It was like dictator, it's like dictator, but dictator. Basically means speaker.
That's what the old Latin form of dictator was?
I suppose, yeah. Dictator.
Dictat.
Or? Or?
Literally means speaker? What the fuck? That's weird. That's weird that you use that now in modern day. It's used as like a piece of shit. It's synonymous with a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think. I fucking had notes on there. Did I delete them? So, following his return to Rome, his role of dictator, whatever, was extended to 10 years.
I'm high. Who was... Alexander the Great got together with someone in Egypt. I forget who, though. I forget who. I know there's a thing he did because he conquered a lot of Egypt. Well, not conquered Egypt.
Right.
He definitely made his way towards Egypt.
He conquered a lot of shit. Period.
He was also a great conqueror. Yeah, we should do a thing about him, too.
We fucking should. The great Macedonian.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But I was wrong. Continue.
That's all right. Used to it. I'm just kidding.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm joking.
I will bring the house down. I was just joking. I just jumped across the fucking table.
Like Homer strangles Bart. You motherfucker.
I would still put the podcast up. It's just the thumbnail would just be me jumping over the table. And then the actual thing would read, wait till the end.
Just fucking getting strangled. You piece of shit. Yeah, so following his return to Rome, this role of dictator is extended to 10 years. He instates more reforms that promoted public welfare, government efficiency, and just general stability. So he did a lot of shady shit, but he did a lot of good shit.
Yeah. This was more towards the not the beginnings of the Roman Empire, because the Roman Empire was already established.
Yeah, this is
This was like the beginning of the end of the fall of the Roman Empire. It's just for your guys' timeline per se.
Right. Yeah. This is towards the end of his time.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
His time. His nephew's gonna come and do some good shit later, but that's later. Which, at the time...
Good temporary shit, though.
Right.
It obviously didn't work out.
Which is funny, because, if I'm not mistaken, he had a child with Cleopatra.
Julius Caesar did?
Yeah. If I'm not mistaken.
I can't remember.
If I'm not mistaken, he did. But Augustus, who was the emperor later, his nephew is his nephew. He's not his true-born heir. But that's who he wanted to take over.
And then was there some tension between the two?
They were really just sort of using each other.
Cousin, give me the throne. No, your dad gave it to me, but I am his son. I am the true heir. Fuck you, you bastard child. Get the fuck.
And they're like, yeah, but you're
The
Egyptian.
fuck did you call me, bitch?
You're Egyptian. Go and get
Called you a bastard child. Walk. Walk, huh? And he's all, fuck you say me, bruh. I'll fuck.
Could you imagine?
Say something else.
Where'd you get a Glock in ancient Egypt?
Yeah, bro.
What the fuck?
Yo, what's up there? What's up there? Give me your pasta.
Give me your pasta. Yeah. I knew you guys were advanced, but goddamn.
I don't know what they had in Egypt. He could have been like, give me your camels. No. Give me your cats. No.
I know they had a lot of beer in Egypt, in ancient Egypt.
Give me your ale.
Give me your papyrus right now. Paper? Yeah.
Yeah.
Give it. Put it in the bag.
Trying to figure out what the fuck they could give you so that you can come in with the best punchline or kick line.
Could you imagine that? Kicks in the door. What do you have? Give me that.
What is that? That's a cat.
Yeah, put him in the bag.
In the bag.
Cats in the bag.
That does it for this week, though.
I
I don't think I even have that.
Wet fart of a joke.
Oh, but I could do this. Yeah.
We're gonna want that in a little bit at the very end.
Word. I'll be sure to. I'll be sure to get that ready.
This is good. All right, so
in the bag, you fucking.
saw an opportunity and I took it.
Even though it's cats out of the bag, but cats in the bag. It's the play on words, kind of, sort of work. Anyways.
Yeah, thanks.
Moving on.
Thanks, man. All right.
Just a fucking.
Wow. I'm back. So after he gets back, 10 years to all that shit, doing all this good shit for the community, whatever, for his republic. He also limited
the republic. Sorry.
Caesar would totally be an imperial. I mean, totally.
I'm just trying to think. What? Anyways. We can get sidetracked. So many references.
Yeah, so he also limited the political and military power of provincial governors, which he did earlier,
Yeah, right.
Because mostly to stop people from doing exactly what he fucking did.
Yeah.
He's not stupid. People all saw him and was like, that's a good idea. He's like, no, you can't do that. Only I can do that.
Only I can do it because it works for me.
It worked for me, but you can't do that. He also reformed the old Roman calendar, which worked so fucking well. Still a version of it that we use today.
The Gregorian calendar? No, the Gregorian calendar is what we have currently.
Yeah, so we don't use his exact one. We just use like a revision of it.
He, during his time, wasn't that when they added January and February? Mm-hmm. Those months when we used to have only 10 months.
Yeah, well, July is named after him.
Because we talked about this during a New Year's episode.
Oh yeah,
talking about the changing of time and how we used to have like 10 months instead of 12,
right? All
that good jazz.
And I mean, July is named after him. August named after his nephew.
Yeah.
So pretty big fucking deals.
Yeah.
Solid leader, all in all, not bad, and people liked him.
Yeah, he wasn't like disliked. He was just disliked by his opponents a lot.
Yeah, because they saw what was happening.
Yeah.
All right. So in March of 44 BC, he was named dictator for life, and this made a lot of senators real fucking nervous. Since Caesar was now basically king, and Rome still very much did not fuck with kings.
Yeah.
They did not want that. That's why they were a republic.
That's why they had a senate. That's why they were kind of the ideas of democracy.
Right.
But does that go to show us that democracy doesn't work? Because of the political corruption and stuff of that nature?
Well, like what I watched and read about this, Sam basically said like he became a king, which is basically kind of what Rome needed at the time.
At the time.
So like they didn't want it, but that's what they needed.
Right.
Right. What is it? The Rolling Stones song. You can't always get what you want, But if you try sometimes, you get what you need.
Yeah.
Oh. So, here it is. On the Ides of March, March 15th, Brutus, Cassius, and about 60 other senators, I thought it was less, fucking 60 other senators involved in this, surrounded and killed him in the theater of Pompeii. And there's definitely some fucking irony in there that he got killed in the theater of Pompeii, who he chased to fucking Egypt and got killed.
Yeah.
That's it for our boy.
60
other people. Yeah.
Well, then there's no wonder why they were all fucking stabbing each other by accident. What the fuck?
Too many people.
There's way too many
Way
people.
too many.
What the fuck you need 60 for?
That's about like 57 too many people. You need like 3 people to kill this motherfucker.
Yeah, right?
Tops.
They're just in a fucking line.
Stab.
Just waiting, just sitting there.
You better hurry up.
Next in line, 5 shillings, 5 shillings.
5 shillings, next in line.
5 talon, 5 talon.
5 talons.
Just like, ching, nice. Put it in the bag, and Julius is like, stop it, I can't take it anymore.
For 10 talons, you can stab him in the face.
Jesus, fuck.
And it's said that, you know, as he's just getting fucking attacked, that he just pulls his toga over his face and just accepts it. What the fuck else are you gonna do?
Really?
Yeah. Because it's pretty debated whether or not he said that et tu, Brute, you know?
Video or it didn't happen.
Some ancient world starters. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit.
Get fucking stabbed.
Just fucking...
God damn.
And you know, back then, they wouldn't have censorship shit, so you'd be seeing the
Nah.
full brutality of just fucking...
Nothing's blurred out.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, we all would.
Unfortunately.
We all would.
I've seen some pretty fucked up fucking videos, so...
That would be pretty low on the list, I'm sure.
From what I've seen, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be pretty easy to watch, honestly.
Right.
Like I said, it's fucked up to say, but I've seen some really bad shit. I mean, the internet is...
It's a dark place.
Oh, it can.
Oh, yeah.
It can be very dark.
Indeed.
Abysmal.
So, you know, in closing, you know, Caesar did a lot of bad shit. Broke a lot of numerous laws, regulations, whatever, to get to where he was. But when he got there, he did a lot of good shit for the people, not just for, you know, the 1%.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And he was very fucking generous. And that was part of why he was with Egypt, was to get food regular. Because he was very generous giving food out, you know, in his, you know, whatever.
Right.
Republic, whatever the fuck. So yeah, he did a lot. And that's why he was loved. And people were fucking upset when he was gone. But, like we said a little bit earlier, how we could see that, you know, we could see how Rome is unstable. And he brought that to the forefront. Because he showed everybody, like, look, I just did all this because I had enough money and support. So he showed that their system was just fundamentally broken already.
So, bottom line, don't vote for Trump. Don't vote for Biden. Don't
fuck them both.
Don't vote for anyone that has money or connections. Every single politician does. No, I'm kidding. I mean, I'm not kidding about that. Like, every single politician does have connections like that. You guys should be very wary on who it is you vote for. Do not trust every single word that they say. Every single thing that each one of them says is a bunch of bullshit, and they're just feeding their own shit. That's just fucking, it's crazy. I mean, sure, him breaking the laws and all that stuff to become, but like, if he was for the people, I mean, they should have been perfectly okay with that. Yes, put him on trial, make him pay certain amounts of money to, you know, to essentially clear his name. You know how, like, when you get a fine, oh, you're fined $50,000. They should have had something along those lines for him, not just straight fucking kill him.
Right, and
that was way too extreme of a
reaction.
Yeah.
Solution. Yeah, so like we can hate on Caesar all day, you know, saying, you know, he did all this, he broke all these laws, did all this shit, but we really fucking hate his assassins more. He forgave he forgave them.
Yeah.
And this is what they did to him.
Yeah. Democracy, whether people want to think so or not, is a very fragile thing.
Yeah.
Which is why, I mean, personally, I'm more for limited democracy, which is, yes, it's majority vote, but so long as things don't get fucked up for other people.
Right.
And because democracy could also be used for like terrible shit too.
Right.
Because if it's just majority rule, if everyone was like, hey, we don't want this, guess what? That doesn't get passed, period.
Yeah. But talking about him breaking the law. Sorry, did I cut you off?
No, that was I did the feedback thing. That was my bad.
Talking about him breaking the law, it brings up this you know, quote they say is from him that I think I told you earlier that is fitting to wrap it up now. He says, "If you must break the law, do it to seize power. In all other cases, observe it." And those seem, I don't know if he said that shit or not, but that's sure shit what he did. He lived by that.
That's almost very, oh man, that's so corrupt in its own way though too. Because to seize power, that's a very tricky business, and that's also a very, I don't know if I would agree with him completely on that. I wouldn't. Because that's like,
no, I definitely wouldn't. And that's why, like, we can, you know, like I said, we can hate on him and we can disagree with how, you know, his methods, how he got there. What he did with it is more admirable.
Yeah.
Overall.
Yeah.
But it, like I said, at the end of the day, his assassins are the ones who really fuck things up.
Ultimately,
if you ask me,
if he ruled for a little bit longer, I'm curious on how Rome would have turned out.
Honestly,
very curious.
I mean, like at that point, Rome was already like down the slippery slope. So like it was, you know, people say it was kind of more or less just a matter of time, and it is. But
could you tell? There's one single event that could have changed everything.
Yeah,
his assassination could have been that last like straw, and then it's like, right. What if he was an assassin and then it started to level out? And then what if we started to see an incline of the empire and then actual stability between the western and eastern side of it all? Maybe he actually started giving kind of a shit for the barbarians that worked with him in the army at some point, you know. Who knows? And that, like I said, one event could mean a lot.
Yeah. Could be, and we'll never know.
So I was actually curious earlier. I had looked, which is why I asked for Crassus's spelling of his name. And I just basically wanted to see like what his worth was equivalent to, right? We never really like covered that. We just like, he was just one of the richest in Rome at the time.
I know there's no like agreed upon like conversion rate for talents, but yeah.
No, well, there's another ancient Roman currency, sestri. So it's challenging to this is what ChatGPT says. Basically, it says that it's challenging to find an exact equivalent for his wealth in today's society. Like, it's just hard to do that math.
Yeah.
But he was considered one of the richest individuals in Roman history. His estimated wealth was in the range of several 100 million sestri, which was that ancient currency. And then converting this to today's currency is highly speculative due to differences in economic systems, lifestyles, and scarcity of certain resources. However, some historians have attempted to draw comparisons, suggesting that Crassus's wealth could be in the billions or even trillions of dollars by today's standards. But keep in mind that they're rough estimates and should be taken with caution. But even if they're rough estimates, if you're rough estimating him to be within the hundreds to within the billions to trillions, that dude was fucking rich.
That dude was stupid rich.
He was the like 0.1%
yeah.
to the 1%.
Of the 1%, yep. Now, it also, if I'm not
You should not have that much money. There's no fucking reason for you
no.
to have that.
Also, if I'm not mistaken, in the show Spartacus, Crassus, I believe, is the one who finally takes down Spartacus because he has this much fucking money and has this much money to just, you can kill as many legionaries and soldiers as you want. I'll get more. I don't care. Whatever.
Jesus.
Literally just throwing money at the problem until it goes away.
He's making it hail.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, it hurts.
Yeah. Unless it's a different Crassus. I think that dude in Spartacus was Marcus Licinius Crassus. Maybe they're probably the same guy. I think it was. But yeah, that's what I got. They got his full name as here. Marcus Licinius Crassus. Pretty certain that's the same guy.
It's the same guy.
Pretty sure.
I mean, in reality, how many Crassuses were there?
I mean, you only really hear of the one.
Yeah.
Spartacus Crassus. Yeah, that was it. Marcus Licinius Crassus and Spartacus. He was the last one to, in the last like bad guy in the show. That was him in Spartacus.
He looks like a rich fuck.
He was.
I'd love to punch him in his fucking face.
Yeah, I'm sure a lot of people would.
All the rich people, I'd love to just fucking square in their jaws.
Get the fuck out of here! Bow!
Just let me warm this up for you. Think.
I know in the show Spartacus, I think it was Crassus who like instated this like kind of ancient, old for them, what's the word I'm looking for? Practice of decimation in his army, where I think it was every other or certain number, like you line all your soldiers up and like every certain, I forgot which number. I don't think it was every other. It was like every 10th or something. Kill every 10th person.
In your own army?
Yeah. Like when I forgot why he did it, or
what the fuck? What the fuck?
But they don't just like kill him like in the show too. Like they killed him by stoning him to death, and like the other soldiers are doing it. They like, you kill them, or you can fucking join them.
That.
It was a big dick scare tactic, which, like I said, it was an old tactic for them because they went, this isn't very...
Fuck that. I'll just off myself.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna let you kill me.
With rocks? Fuck you.
Yeah. You know how long it would take for it to get stoned to death?
Yeah. It was a rough scene to watch. I remember.
Oh, they show that shit? Oh my goodness.
And it's just them fucking stoning him, throwing rocks at him all the time. It's fucked up.
Yeah, you people better be glad we don't live in ancient times.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
People aren't glad they don't have gratuity like that.
Be glad you can't get stoned to death for, I don't know, breathing the wrong way.
For just being the 10th person in a lineup.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Because your army, you think your soldiers fucked up. So all right, that's it. Everybody line up. Oh, fuck.
Fuck, bro.
I'm gonna look up that decimation shit, see if I have it right.
Such crazy shit.
Decimation, the Roman military punishment that massacred 10% of a unit. Yeah, so it was, Jesus.
So however many that they have within their legion.
Yeah,
I don't know how much a legion is, 1,000?
I think. Yeah, used to brutally punish their own soldiers for cowardice and insubordination. Yeah, decimation was used sparingly but effectively throughout the Roman army.
I lied. A legion consisted of 4,800 to 6,000 men.
Damn.
But this is more of just a unit, right? Like not necessarily a legion, but just however many is in that group that was being insubordinate.
They had it having the soldiers form each group, dividing the disobedient legion into groups of 10, then having the soldiers from each group draw lots. The soldier with the shortest straw in his section would be killed by the other 9 members of his group.
Damn it, now our military just gets paperwork.
Yeah, you get Article 15,
get your LOC,
less pay.
LOCs, LORs.
Could be worse. You could be stoned to death. And
much worse.
Crazily enough, it says this military punishment didn't end with the fall of Rome, but in fact, decimation continued in one form or another up until the 20th century.
I was gonna say, there's no way it just stopped.
That's fucking wild.
For all you know, it's still going on.
Could be.
We do not have sane militaries out there.
Well, you could look at like the military we know is a big fan of mass punishment.
Oh yeah, our
Yeah.
military, yeah.
I look at it as, you know, it's like very lessened version of that almost. You know, instead of like, you know, like back then where they're like, okay, you group of guys fucked up, so you're in trouble. He went, no, all of you were fucking in trouble.
Yeah, for not keeping him accountable.
And that's exactly how we do it today. Except we don't fucking throw rocks and kill him. We make them do push-ups.
Yeah.
And paperwork.
And cut grass with scissors.
And turn over all the rocks so the other side of the rocks can get sun.
And mop the rain.
You've seen some of the dumbest shit you can ever imagine.
Oh, if you think you got a punishment, like if you think you've got it figured out, oh, we'll figure out more creative ways.
It gets worse, big boy.
Yeah.
It gets so much worse.
But that pretty much does it
That'll
for the fall of Rome and the fall of Julius Caesar.
Julius Caesar. Put a little spice on it.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that nice little history special by Matt.
Oh, I mean.
You just clapping for yourself.
Yeah, I do good. Do good.
So that does it for this week's episode of Big Effort Nerds. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Be sure to check out all the socials in the bio. Also check out the link at the bottom that basically allows you to chip in for the podcast episodes and help us keep going for further episodes.
Yep.
And yeah, that does it for me.
That is for me too. See ya.
Wait.
See ya. Nah, I remember. Next week, we are going to be covering natural disasters.
Yeah.
Maybe an example or two of whatever, you know, particular.
Pompeii!
Bada bing. Bada bing. There's a fucking volcano for you right there.
Might as well just fucking say that one.
That's a preview.
Yeah.
Yeah, so maybe talking about maybe an example or two of one of, you know, these particular disaster we're talking about. And just, you know, how fucking destructive and fucking wild and crazy these things can be.
Yeah, so we'll obviously give you like the general rundown of each disaster, what it consists of, like what is a tsunami, what can create it, or how does a tornado work, how fucking chaotic it can be, and then we'll provide real life examples that have happened throughout history. Yeah, it should be a fun one. We always get fucking kind of stoked up and crazy about natural disasters just because as terrifying as they can be, they are extremely fascinating.
They are, by definition of the word, awesome.
Yeah, by definition of the word.
Because they, you know, inspire awe. You look at that and you're like, oh. So.
Some of the times.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're fucking done. We're done. Wrap this shit up.
Yeah, we're
fucking done. On that note, all I'll say is, you know, see you next week, and long live the Empire.
The Empire?
Your new empire! Fucking later, taters!
For the Republic!